Oh, he's not done yet.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray, and I'm on my fishing vacation in Canada with my good friend Barry. We're going to catch fish. It's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
If it doesn't rain.
All right, we passed that now. We're in good shape now. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, whoa, son, here's a good one. Yes, yes, come on up. Show yourself.
I gotta switch over. I gotta switch over.
I got a little grass with him though.
Yeah.
Oh, shake that grass off. Got my thumb thing.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray, and I'm up here with my good friend Barry Vullo. Barry, we're on the Redoute Chain of Lakes up in Canada, and we came for a fishing vacation.
Right.
What else could be better? This is going to be a good day. Now, I'm throwing a spinnerbait, but you're throwing that little slider worm.
Little slider worm, got a little grass on
in the
there.
grass, and we're doing okay. I'm going to catch some. I know I had a nice big fish on this spinnerbait.
You know, 4-inch worm. This happens to be a slider worm, black
Yeah.
chartreuse. Another good color is June bug chartreuse. There's a lot of good colors. Just, best thing to do is, throw your favorite color you have confidence in.
That's it.
It'll work.
That's why I throw this chartreuse. I think we'll do pretty good that way. About the structure that we have in front of us now, what is it, a rock or something?
Well, it was a little point with some trees on it, and over the years it's kind of just washed down, and what's left here is you see one rock in the water, but the rocks actually come straight out towards us. So we're fishing the rocks on either side of it, then when it drops off into like 5, 6, 8 foot of water. So we're fishing both sides of like a rock peninsula, and then both sides of it, and then the ends where it drops off into deeper water.
Yeah,
And it's got grass also. After you leave the rocks, you move out a little bit. There's a grass line here also.
What do we got, about 6 feet of water here?
Yeah, about 6 foot of water. We're just about on the end of it.
So you want to look for the points, I guess.
Yeah, that's the obvious. Mouths of the bays, and then the points. Are a good place to start.
You had mentioned that obviously we're in Canada, so the ice situation, the docks and stuff like that. What do you look for in the dock, when we're in this situation?
Well, this particular spot right here, I mean, this dock's not going anywhere, as you can see. It's all concrete and steel.
Yeah.
They don't have to take this one out in the wintertime, but it's a large dock. You got a lot of shade underneath there, and you can see the riprap on the bank there, and it comes out to a little point, and it drops off. The point goes out, and there's rock that goes out. But if you look from the dock to the point, you can actually see good gravel along the bank. It drops out. You can see the darker water, and then after the darker water, you got a grass line. So I mean, they got shade under the dock. They got rock. They got a deep little trough here, and they got a grass edge.
And they got the point.
And they got the point that falls off into deeper water. This would be like an ideal spot.
Yeah. So you can pitch worms or jigs up under the dock.
Right.
And then come right off of here.
Run anything along the edge of the grass. Oh, just missed one.
Obviously, we have some visual rock in here, and obviously that attracts. What do we have here? We just have a hump, or what?
Well, you have the visual rocks that you can see, like you said, but it attracts a lot of the bait and a lot of the fish, but what you got to be careful of, what stuff you can see, that's fine. It's the stuff that you can't see, you know, so whenever you can see something, you want to give it probably about 100 yards and go in slow, because generally it's going to be a bigger pile than what you can actually see most times. So what you have is the rocks that you can see, and then you have also the rock flat that comes out from it. And then after that, then it drops off, and you actually got a big grass bed around the whole rock pile. So I mean, you got, for structure, you got the rock, you got deep water, and you got the grass.
Right, and the fish will just come up and feed off.
They'll come out of the grass, they'll feed, and they'll retreat to deeper water back into the grass. So it's a good spot. It's just a spot that you got to respect, and you got to go in slow. And there's also the other rock piles that you can't see. That's why you should have a good chart of wherever body of water. I don't care if it's a small lake, big lake, river. Get a chart or a map of the lake and look for those spots, because the ones you can see is not a problem. It's the one that you can't see that's going to get you.
Right, and
you're talking about a lower unit.
Right.
It's going to be a real expensive fishing day.
Right. Well, how do you fish it though? What do you mean?
Well, we go in, and I try to start on the outside first and fish my way in. And I try not to get too close to the structure. All right. But I'll fish all around it, and different structures have different shapes. So it might be like a long point that goes out and drops off, and you fish both sides of it until it drops off into the grass. You go around it, and you just kind of follow the contour of it, because every one is different. Lure-wise, spinner baits, worms, crankbaits. I mean, you pretty much throw anything on it. If it was really calm right now, we could be throwing top water on this rock flat, because they're coming out of the grass, feeding, and they got a place to retreat back to. But I pretty much pick one side, and I usually try to follow the contour and just fish around the whole structure.
Yeah, because we just have son of a gun. We have the visual structure here, but there's a lot of stuff here, and you should use your depth finder and
always. I'm always watching the depth finder, just so I know how deep it is. Good thing, especially around rock or any shallow water. Raise the big motor so the props out of the water.
We'll be right back after these messages. Let's go.
Fishin' Tales, located in Wrightstown, is the perfect store for fishermen and hunters. For the fishermen, we offer 13 types of live bait, fly fishing supplies, and gear for both fresh and saltwater anglers. For the hunter, Fishin' Tales offers hunting equipment and supplies. You can also purchase your fishing or hunting license. Personal service is important. If there's something you don't see in the store, we'll special order it from you from one of our numerous catalogs. For your convenience, our store is open early 7 days a week. So stop in anytime and trade your fishtails with us.
Hi, this is Bob Murray. Delaware Valley Outdoors is now on the internet. Our internet address is www.dvoutdoors.com. Visit Delaware Valley Outdoors for the latest in regional fishing reports, weather conditions, maps, pros tips, and product updates. Why not visit us on the web?
Get a grip. Gatt's River Grip river anchors, as seen in the InFisherman's Walleye Insider magazine, have been nationally field tested for precise anchoring under all river conditions. This special design features 3 prongs that grip rocks and boulders, a metal plate to collect gravel, sand, and mud, and a slip handle that aids in retrieval. Gatt's River Grip comes in a 9-pound or 18-pound version. Stop by your local tackle dealer or call Twin Rivers Anchor Company. More details.
Fishin' Tales, located in Wrightstown, is the perfect store for fishermen and hunters. For the fishermen, we offer 13 types of live bait, fly fishing supplies, and gear for both fresh and saltwater anglers. For the hunter, Fishin' Tales offers hunting equipment and supplies. You can also purchase your fishing or hunting license. Personal service is important. If there's something you don't see in the store, we'll special order it from you from one of our numerous catalogs. For your convenience, our store is open early 7 days a week. So stop in anytime and trade your fishtails with us.
Oh, did you see that pike? He bit me off.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, good fish. I wonder if it's my pike. Nope,
No, it's a bass.
bass. There you go. Nice bass.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Come over here, you little devil.
You little chunker.
Yeah, I was
Look at my pike.
looking at the pike that just bit you off. And
I was going to show you how to use that glove again.
yeah, he come up again right off of his little docks.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you little baby. One of the things that I always like, I mean, the dock fish, but these old docks I think are important to look at, aren't they?
Generally, the older ones are the better ones. The older ones, if you look, there's not only wood, but there's a lot of rock underneath it. And when you get wood and rock, and then some grass mixed in, you got the three best things: rock, wood, grass. And the older ones generally are like that. So, because some of the newer docks are like floaters, and it doesn't hold the fish. Like these old docks got pilings.
And they're all
They got
rotted, and they
rocks.
put new pilings
Oh, yeah.
in, and
There's the old pilings, there's new pilings, there's rocks mixed in there. So I like looking for the oldest docks possible, and that's got wood and rock. And then generally there's probably grass nearby.
we got this because they're nice. They got a deep ending too here.
Right, it drops off to like 7, 8, 9 feet right here. So, you got good docks, you got deep water. Fish gotta be here.
Yeah, right.
You
right.
know, I mean, that's like the perfect setup.
And especially now we have this cold front stuff.
They'll be hanging tight.
They'll be hanging tight to these docks.
Yep. There we go. There's a bass. Keep right off that dock. Whoa, where's he going? Come up here. Oh, my mistake. It's a pike. Ah, my trusty glove.
There you go.
That's my trusty glove at my side. I don't touch these pikes. I don't touch them. Ooh, come here.
Yeah, with those little toothy critters, man.
I mean, they got some teeth.
Even those little ones like that.
That's a baby one.
Yeah. That glove works pretty good, Bar.
I tell you what, that glove,
Especially for pike. That's a neat little thing. What is that, Bar?
well, they call it the uttered hand. All right. Well, it's rubber, and I don't, especially with pike, I try not to net them because what happens is you get them in a net,
Yeah,
they're
they just
slimy, they get tangled in there. It takes you forever to get it out.
got treble
I-
hooks.
Treble hooks, it's a mess. So with this rubber glove, I grab them. I got a good grip of them. Plus, just like my thumb guard, I protect my hand from any hooks if he happens to slip through. So it's protection on my hand. Plus, I got control of the fish. And pike are known for like being slimy.
Yeah. Oh.
And they do have a certain smell about them. And I try not to get that smell, especially when I'm like really bass fishing,
Right.
because bass relate to that pike smell.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't like the smell. they figure if they smell a pike, there's got to be danger. The pike's going to eat the bass.
Right.
So I keep the smell off my hand. I protect my hand. But the main thing is, I don't have to use a net. I got a good grip of them, and then I can get the hook out.
Yeah. That's.
And it's really neat. I got a little Velcro on right here on my belt, and the Velcro's right there.
So it's always.
All right. So I don't have to run for the net. All I do is just stick my hand right in here, and I got the pike.
That's it.
But you can use it on bass also,
Mhm.
But I use a thumb guard also. So it's got both covered. One for bass, one for pike. Get the net. What do we say? What do we say? Tell me, quick.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it
though.
easy.
Keep it on this side,
We
though.
net it.
No, hook it. Hook it. Look at him go.
Get him in the
Bring it
water.
over this side. And bring it there. Bring it up to Mike.
Oh man, look at the size of that fish.
Get it out here. Get it out here.
Whoa.
You got him hooked pretty good. Here,
You
bring
want to get him?
him over here.
Okay, hold on.
Just stay there.
We're going
Stay
over.
there. Stay there. Purdue largemouth. I had a heck of a fight with this fish. Brutal, brutal. He's in the
Got him?
weeds,
He's down in the grass.
in the grass.
Oh,
Come here, fishy.
where's he at? He's down. Still tugging?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Got trouble.
I lost him.
What we got here, you can see how steep the hill is here. It's real steep, so naturally it's going to be a steep entry into the water. Goes in, got a deep trough, and then you got grass all along here. So what you have is you got rock, you got a little void of grass where the rocks go into the water, and then you got a grass inside grass line.
Yeah, which is a real good thing to have. Again, and I know in this scenario though, you should be pitching something like you're
Yeah.
pitching a jigging pig. I'm throwing a little Zoom baby brush, and just letting it drop off right off, almost straight down.
Yep, you pretty much you're working the rocks down into the dark water where the trough is, and the fish are just laying on the inside of the grass, and they're darting out and grabbing what
Grab
they
it,
see, and,
right.
and they got the security blanket of the grass.
Right.
So it's like, again, rock and grass, deep water, the bait's in the grass, whatever darts out, they hang. Here, I mean, smallmouth, largemouth, pike, a lot of panfish, but they just hang on the edge, they dart out, get what they want, and they come back, and they feel real secure about that.
One thing, because I had a real big fish on, went right
Yeah.
right into the grass. So you got to
whenever-
get it up and
Yeah, right, Bob. When you're fishing this kind of grass, when you hook a fish, you got to get them up and over that grass because they're going back where they came from.
right.
And they're taking your bait. And let me tell you, when they get in the grass, you're in their backyard. And once they get tied up in that grass, it's easy for them to shake the lure a little.
Yeah, that's
They can drop it real quick
so you got to set the hook and
and get them up.
get them up. All right, the cabins that we stayed in. As a matter of fact, you own them, right?
Yeah, I'm part owner. We have eight partners. It's called Upper Rito Resorts, and a little history about it. I mean, I've been coming here for 35 years. Fished Upper Rito, fished Newborough Lake, fished Big Rito. And the cabins that we're staying at right now, I've been there 6 years, and we have 6 cabins on the water and a main house. So we have 8 rentals, and we're about 7 hours from Trenton, New Jersey, Philadelphia area. Okay, and the cabins are in Westport, Ontario, and it's real simple to get here. You just come straight up 81.
Yeah, it wasn't
No,
that.
no tolls, no lights. All right, and once you hit the border, you go through customs. You're about 50 minutes to an hour to the doorstep of our cabins.
So it's not a bad run to get here.
It's a nice ride.
And the cabins, how many people can you get in a cabin?
The price includes for 6 people, but the cabins will hold 8 people to a cabin.
So you can come up here with a bunch of guys
Oh.
or a family.
Guys, girls, family. We have all kind of combinations there. So like I say, we've got 6 on the water, the main house.
You got dockage.
We have a dock for every cabin. We have our own ramp. We have a boathouse. We have a fish cleaning station. Some people do keep, some fish. They either have a fish meal or they'll take a few fish home, which they're entitled to. But we do promote catch and release.
Yeah, that's the best.
I'm a fishing guide with Real Bass Venture Guide Service, and I fish from the Potomac all the way to Canada. And I love the Potomac, but this still is my #1 spot. I spent a couple weeks up here in May, a couple weeks in the summer, and I'm back here in the fall. And the fishing is phenomenal. It's got everything you want: smallmouth, largemouth, pike, walleye, all the panfish, catfish. It's a great place to bring kids. You give them a topwater bait or like a slider worm or a box of real worms and a bobber. Kids love to catch fish, and they can catch fish here. I mean, there's just all kinds of fish. Matter of fact, my kids will fish. They say, "Yeah, we're hungry. Let's make lunch." While you're making us lunch, can we fish off the dock?
Right.
They'll fish off the docks and catch fish. and the people that stay in the cabins, their kids fish off the dock.
So it's not only a fish camp for guys who were really
Right.
serious fishing, but families can come up here and
It's a lot of families, you know.
You got to come up here. The cabins are beautiful.
Thank
The view is gorgeous out the cabins. They got good dockage. At least I know for bass boats we can hook up for our batteries.
Outside electric.
It's one thing that's important for us when we go here is to get electric to charge the batteries and stuff like that.
Right.
It's great. Hey, we're gonna put up the number. You got to call back. You got to come up here. Get a bunch of guys, get your family, come on up here and catch some fish. The Tackle Box is sponsored by West Marine. We make boating more fun. Back at the Tackle Box section of the show. Summertime, you always have to deal with some kind of weather condition. We had beautiful warm weather. Last night it got
Real cold.
real cold.
Yeah.
That happens up here. I mean, we are in Canada.
Yep.
It got real cold. Really shut the fish off down. We still caught fish, but we had to go to a slower presentation than we really had anticipated.
Right. Yep.
We started out with a spinnerbait this morning
Right.
and had a fish on it. I lost it, and then the bite just stopped. It just went down. Then I did catch a fish on it, and you had said white spinnerbait,
Mhm.
and I put on the willow leaf blades because it goes through the weeds.
Grass
it goes
better.
through
Yeah, it goes-
And we had some pike chase it,
Yep.
and I know we're gonna fish this more. I'll catch
As
it.
it warms up today,
Yeah.
they'll be back onto the lures and
Yeah.
spinner baits
Yeah.
and rattle traps and stuff like that.
But we had you said let's go to slower presentation, and you went with a 4-inch.
Slider worm. That happens to be black and chartreuses. One of my favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a few colors I like. But if you have confidence in the bait, use it. But the 4-inch slider worm was great.
That was on just a
It's on a little slider head.
little
You know.
1/8 ounce slider head,
Right.
and
We caught some fish with that.
yeah, that was doing some good. Now you also said the
Yeah. It's funny, Bob. The black and chartreuse seems like it catches largemouth. It will catch smallmouth,
Mhm.
but one of my all-time favorite happens to be June bug with the chartreuse tail. That'll catch largemouth and smallmouth.
The-
Don't ask me why, but over the years of experience, that's been the rule of thumb. Black and chartreuse has been known to be largemouth, whether it be
largemouth.
black and chartreuse or black and blue.
Mhm.
But the smallmouth like June bug, but so do the smallmouth and largemouth. So
So you throw this, you're going to catch
yeah,
a combo.
so if you're going to be in waters that have both, I tend to go with the June bug chartreuse.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm strictly fishing for largemouth, the black and chartreuse is a good one. So either one.
And we just slowed them right down today. And
Yep. We lost about 5 or 6 degrees in water temp
Yeah.
just overnight. That cold front came through, kind of. They were holding tight to cover.
Slowed down.
Rock, wood, and grass, and went to rubber. With a little smelly jelly on it.
Put a little smelly jelly
Oh,
on
this one here, that turned out to be a pretty hot bait
This bait here turned out to be the hot bait.
for big
Uh,
fish.
My cameraman over there, my son, said, "Hey, I'm going to try this," and catches a really big fish on a Zoom baby brush hog, and I really caught fish.
Yep, sure
I
did.
really did. Again,
Sure
we
did.
slowed it down on a little 1/8 ounce jig head,
Mhm.
but it did catch. Caught some big fish off
Caught some nice fish. Yep.
off of that. Again, fish were just tearing it up. I mean, you could see that, but caught a lot of fish on that. Again, slowing it down. Another bait we didn't use this today, this morning, but you recommend. What's this?
Yep, that's a tube jig, or also known as a Gitsit.
Mhm.
This happens to be rigged with a 1/4 ounce jig head, and it's real effective up here for smallmouth and largemouth. It's a little better in the open water, or like around the islands, or where rocked, or if you're fishing a grass line that's really defined, you fish the either inside edge or the outside edge. It's a little tough to fish anything with open hook in the grass. So that would be either around the islands or around the rocks, or inside or outside grass lines.
And that'll be
Smallmouth, largemouth, catch a lot of panfish too.
How about the color? This
That's like a pumpkin orange,
Mhm.
but another good color is a straight pumpkin, and also like a smoke green. You know, they're three of the good colors. I mean, there's other colors, but they're the three that I use a lot.
One other thing that you used today, we had some pike, you had a bite off on a pike, and you used this glove. I think it's a great idea because pike do have that odor. They are slimy. You slip this on, and you can grab the pike. It's got a roughness to it.
Right.
Hold the pike,
Got a good grip of them.
and you don't have to worry about if he swings. You're not going to get a hook in your hand or get
Right.
your fingers
You got
cut.
control of the fish because
Yeah.
they are a little on the slimy side. So you got control of the fish, and you feel a little bit more confident that you're not going to get a
With
hook
all
in your
the
finger.
or little teeth coming.
Just in case he slips out.
Yeah.
You know, but you got control of them. This way, it's easy to get the hook out.
Hey, you got to try one of these if you're catching pike.
Plus, you know what it is? It really protects the fish. You know, if you put them in a net, they're going to, especially a pike, they're going to flop back and forth. They're going to get all tangled in there. You'll spend 5 or 10 minutes trying to get them out of the net. This is a little easier on the fish, especially if you're going to throw them back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, try one of these. That's a tackle box, and we're going to go back out and
Well, I'll
catch
get
some
some more.
fish.
Need a net?
I don't know yet. I don't know. It's a big, nice fish. Whatever.
I'll tell you what, he wanted to go home.
Yeah, boy, hit hard. Go around the boat. Go around the boat. Yeah.
Hey, nice bass.
Yeah. He hit in that grass, and that was it. Hey, you gotta come up here, get some fishing in like this. Hey, I'm Bob Murray. I'll see you again on Delaware Valley Outdoors. Barry, thank you very much, my friend. You gotta come up and see Barry, get one of the cabins, bring your buddies up, bring your family up, and have a good time. Hey, don't forget to get to our website, www.bvoutdoors.com, for fishing reports and all kinds of stuff like that. Hey, I'll see you again. Look at he tore my skirt up. Everything. Commercial consideration was provided by the following: Upper Redu Resorts, Westport's finest lakefront cabins; Norris Bait and Tackle, complete line of live bait and tackle, boat and motor rentals; Scotty's Live Bait and Tackle; Murphy's Barber and Sports Shop; and Real Bass Adventures, guide service.